barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, man. And yeah, man, let's jump. Oh, September 28th. I'm working on. I worked on it a little bit today. It's gonna be a hell of an event here in Los Angeles, California. Anyways, man, I want to make another video. Shawn Porter. I'm gonna tell you why fans don't like you. Because of your father. Your father is a cunning, backstabbing, no good, cynical man. And what he does is he ruins, shall we say it, he ruins your value because people associate you with him. I'm not saying you got to distance yourself from your father. I'm not saying any of that. You can do what you want to do. But I'm going to tell you, when you retire from boxing, all the collateral damage that your father has done to your image, you will pay for. And what I mean by that, when you're out doing media events and doing like signed meet and greets, or you have products to sell, not many people are going to show up because people will forget what you gave them. People will forget the conversations they had, but they will never ever forget how you make them feel. And when your dad makes comments like YouTube media ain't got no money, meet me down at Press Row, talking bad about Earl Spence fans and being very disrespectful and belligerent about it, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt your bottom line, and it's gonna, and you're probably not gonna feel it now. A great indicator is the fight that you had at the StubHub Center. No one was there. I don't care if it was cold, if it was hot, regardless of what I'm saying. The reason why you are a difficult person to promote is because your father has his hands in too much of your business. I don't know to what extent, but you will become a more likable person to, and you got to sell pay-per-views now too. Your dad can't sell pay-per-views. Your dad has no media allies. Outside of Fight Hype and people asking you for interviews, no one respects your father. No one is dying to converse with your father, and because they're not dying to converse with your father, which means they're not dying to converse with you. And when you're disrespecting, see here's the catch. What people fail to understand, and what Keith Thurman had maybe he'll never learn this. Keith Thurman said Mikey Garcia carried the pay-per-view with him and Errol Spence. People laughed and thought it was funny, but the underlying message to that is the Mexicans bought the pay-per-view. I don't have respect for the black dollar. There's a fine line in terms of disrespecting the opponent and disrespecting their fan base. Errol Spence and Shawn Porter are pulling from the same fan base, right? Literally pulling from the same fan base. And truth be told, I was at both of Errol Spence's hometown fights, and you got to respect this hustle. You have to respect this hustle. 80%, I would say 90% of the fans that was there for Ocampo were black. And I know it shocked everybody. Black, black, black on black on black on black. And I would say it was a higher percentage of blacks at Dallas Cowboy Stadium as well. And these are the facts. These are true. And you have to find Shawn Porter. I'm gonna help you out because I want these paid. I honestly want you to make money, and I want Earl to make as much money as possible. You got to find a way to galvanize your fan base, because you disrespecting Earl and fans not liking your father will cost you millions and millions and millions of dollars. Because if you lose this belt, you're basically an undercard fighter or an opponent. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know who you will fight next. You'll be fighting in Minnesota and what's the other place? Mississippi they go to, where it's at a small casino, and it's not based off of how many tickets you sell, because they give away a lot of those tickets when you fight in those small casinos, you know. So you got to keep that in mind, and you also got to accept that you are who you are. You understand? You used to be a likable, fun kid, but after that interview you had with Fight Hype, and you called Earl Spence jealous, it completely flip-flopped. I don't recognize, I'll be honest, I'll keep it real with you. That's not the Shawn Porter that I absolutely love. The Shawn Porter I absolutely love was very calm, cool, collective, and would fight anyone. But this persona, you're becoming more and more like you're becoming more. And let me slow down. And I don't know if that's you as a whole in this totality. I don't know. But I will say, the more you become like your father, the more fans will dislike you. Period. End of discussion. I don't care how you cut the pie, how you slice the pie. These are the facts. And if you want to sell these pay-per-views, you better be a father, a family man, a God-fearing man, high humility. That's going to beat, and that's the man that's going to beat Earl Spence. Being arrogant, and yeah, you're going to have those monikers, a man down, tell the truth, whatever you said, yes. But every time your father does an interview, every time K Diddy does an interview, and he's being disrespectful, he's being belligerent, he's being blatantly disrespectful, disrespecting the black dollar. Your dad has disrespected the black dollar so much, and the buck stops here. We're not putting up with this shit no more. Your father is an afterthought now, and at the end of the day, I'm being as real as I can be, Shawn. You can stay close to your father, can train you, but your father can't speak for you. And there's a clever way to promote a pay-per-view. If you need help with it, watch how Floyd Mayweather never ever disrespected his opponent, because he needed to keep his opponent in high esteem. He always needed to keep his opponent in high esteem. So when and if he beat him, he got credit for the victory. You understand what I'm saying? Earl Spence is the favorite, so he can say he's going to wash you. He can say, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat you up. He can say that shit, because everyone expects Shawn Porter, everyone expects Earl Spence to beat you. And I have it 70-30. I'm not being disrespectful, but I have it a 70-30 fight. And it's contingent upon what's Shawn Porter's game plan. And I'll go a step further. If there is not a technical, I'm not even fucking gonna get in there, because y'all do what y'all do. But I'm gonna keep it real. The goal is to sell pay-per-views. Your father can't sell pay-per-views. You can sell pay-per-views. You holding your son can sell pay-per-views. You spending time with your wife can sell pay-per-views. Not you calling Earl Spence jealous. Not you saying your life is better than Earl Spence. That's not going to sell pay-per-views. It's going to go viral, but people going to hate you. People going to dislike you. And that only carries you so far. I'm not spending $100 on a person I hate. I'm just being real with you. I want to feel good when I spend money. You're not popular enough where people will pay to see you lose, like a Floyd Mayweather or an Adrian Broner. You're not that popular. If you were that popular, then it would make sense, right? You're basically, honestly, going into this fight as Andy Ruiz, for lack of a better term, right? If you win this fight, you become Andy Ruiz. You become the king of the welterweight division. But only if you win. And you gotta be, and look how Andy Ruiz, unassuming, he knew he wasn't selling no pay-per-views. He knew he wasn't selling tickets. At the end of the day, Shawn, you're gonna sell very little pay-per-views as a whole, in its totality, in comparison to Earl Spence. But every pay-per-view counts. Every dollar counts. Because if you tell me in LA, I'm gonna call my cousin in DC, and then my cousin's gonna call my other cousin in Virginia, and we're gonna have a 3-person conversation. Are you watching the fight? Yeah, I watched the fight. Are you buying it? Nah, I might not. And then 2 days before the fight, I call my cousin, which I always do. Are you ordering the fight? My cousin Buck in Virginia. You ordering the fight? And he ends up always ordering the fight. And then he and I always talk Sunday, either through text or in conversation when I get back traveling. And these are the facts. You can disagree with me, you can agree with me, but the days are long gone where Kenny Porter can dictate the terms in terms of the media, because it's only going to hurt you. Tell me something positive your dad has done in terms of media as it relates to getting you to fight. In my humble opinion, I think I've done more. Shit, I think I've done more, Shawn, to help your career in terms of PR than your dad. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, actually, I think it's a fact. I've done more, especially for the Danny Garcia fight. I've done more for you than quite positive. I'm talking about positive. Your father's done more. I'm not going to say I've done more than your father. I'm talking about in terms of positive influence, in terms of PR. I've never spoken bad about you. I've only told the truth. So that's it. So do what you do what you must, but I'm gonna keep it real as I can be with you. Your persona in terms of fans is your dad's persona. And if you and your dad have the same personality, if you and your dad, then go ahead and live with it. You're gonna be the heel. I don't know if you want to come to LA and 90% of the fans are gonna boo you. So I don't know if they're gonna boo you. I don't know if you're comfortable with that. Errol Spence is gonna bring fans. Errol Spence has a strong fan base because he's had 44,000, and Mikey Garcia is from Los Angeles. So he's gonna get a carryover from that. You're gonna get a carryover from the 1,000 people that came to your fight, April or March, whatever date that was here in Los Angeles. But at the end of the day, if your dad is talking for you, you're losing. If you're talking for yourself, you're winning. If you're talking with the personality of your father, you're losing. I'm just trying to help. And I have no more respect for your dad. End the discussion. So, anyways, man. Barbershop Conversations, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. September 28th is going down. Location TBA, and I just want to say thank you guys. Backpack giveaway August 25th, and we move forward, and we'll see. Because see, here's the catch too. Organically, people are going to promote Errol Spence because he's been rather positive and straightforward in terms of the media. He hasn't been like two-faced per se, right? He hasn't been like lying to. He has a level of believability, so more people will jump towards him. More people will like him more. More people will believe him more. He has a high likability meter. You know, he doesn't waste words. Even when he's interviewing with me, he'll correct me if I say something wrong. Nah, I don't really want to believe with that shit. And people that hear his voice and how he responds to me and other media outlets gives us a sense of high levels of authenticity. All right, and these are the facts. So anyways, man, so you have to find a way to have a higher level of authenticity. If your dad is speaking for you, you have no level of authenticity. That's all I'm saying. So Barbershop Conversations, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe. I told you this is going to be a one-stop channel for this fight. One stop. Whatever y'all need to know. I'm going to peel it layer by layer. Like, the gloves are off now. The gloves are off now. We're going to peel it layer by layer by layer. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you soon. Peace.